The only news team taking action for you. KIMA-KEPR Action News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on this Thanksgiving. In less than an hour, many stores will be starting their earliest Black Friday ever, but not everyone is happy about it. In fact, many Target employees are outraged. They say they are being robbed of their Thanksgiving holiday. Nearly 200,000 Target employees have now signed an online petition demanding the store not make them work that 10-hour shift that begins at the stroke of midnight. They say the unusual shift forces them to sleep all Thanksgiving Day only to go into work all night and miss their own chance at Black Friday shopping and spending time with family. Denise Chappelle is a local Target employee, and he says workers have every right to complain.
If I had to sleep all day and then get up and work all night and all day following next day, yeah, miss Thanksgiving and then miss Black Friday too, yeah, I'd be upset.
The petition was started by a Target employee in Nebraska and has now swept across the country, but employment experts say there is no law that protects workers from being scheduled on non-religious holidays. But there are plenty of those people who are willing to jump into those shopping crowds. Year after year, there are always those who dedicate the Thanksgiving holiday to waiting in line. Tents are set up, ready to go at the Best Buy parking lot in Kennewick today. Many kids and adults sitting, waiting for hours for those doors to open. Everyone well prepared and has had plenty of time to look through all the ads for the very best bargains in town.
Absolutely going to miss Thanksgiving out here in the cold. Me and my companions that are further on down. I'm after a $200 TV for 42. It's a 42-inch. I'm absolutely completely stoked. I've been doing this since I was 15 years old and absolutely enjoy it.
And no one even seemed to mind that they weren't spending Thanksgiving at home with their families. They claimed that the turkey was coming to them this year. And while you're out and about, you may actually meet one woman who is taking giving to a whole new level. In fact, she's trying to break a world record at bell ringing. Matt Finn shows us what she's giving up to give to others.
The holiday season is in full force, and so are the bells. You see and hear them everywhere, volunteers ringing those little red bells to raise funds for those in need. Most ringers volunteer for 4 or 8 hour shifts, but not Joanne Sargent.
Happy Thanksgiving.
She'll be ringing this bell for the next 40 hours.
I'm going to break the world record, which currently stands at 36 hours. I'll ring for 40, but I also want to ring in some hope for people less fortunate.
The sign and countdown grab the attention of people passing by, but Joanne isn't promoting herself. Rather the cause.
Well, I volunteered for the Salvation Army for about 30 years or so, and I've just seen people day in and day out, as well as children, that have a great need.
You could say her charitable spirit runs in the family. Joanne's 90-year-old grandmother, Dorothy Woodward, and her 100-year-old cousin, Margaret Keys, were the honored guests at this year's kettle campaign kickoff in Yakima. And now Joanne is kicking off her shift facing freezing temperatures, high winds, and a lack of necessities.
I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to stay upright and vertical, and I'm going to ring for 40 hours straight. I'll eat if you bring me something.
She may be without a warm bed or food for the record-setting attempt, but she's certainly full of holiday cheer and generosity.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving today. Enjoy it.
Matt Finn, Action News.
And Joanne is stationed at the Walmart on Nob Hill Road in Yakima. If you would like to support her, you can visit worldrecords.com in the future to see if she actually makes her goal. Right now, though, you probably just want to know what the conditions are going to be like as you're out there fighting the shopping crowd. So are you going to be fighting the elements as well? Jennifer Ann Wilson joins us now with those answers. Jennifer?
Well, Whitney, we've got a little good news, bad news for our Black Friday shoppers. The good news is it is so much warmer this year than last year. At this time of the night, it was already below freezing. People were layered up. There was snow on the ground, ice. So that is not the case this year. Really good news for all those Black Friday shoppers out and about right now. We do have some pretty strong winds, some gusts, and a wintry mix, rain and snow. I'm going to let you know if that's going to affect your shopping tomorrow and your full storm tracker forecast. Whitney, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Jennifer. The other side of these holidays, though, is much darker. Action News discovered the number of holiday DUIs doesn't always reflect the number of drunk drivers actually out on the road. As Heather Walker explains, the hours it takes to book a DUI offender allows many others under the influence to go unnoticed, often until it's too late.
Picking up in Corpus Christi.
The things you're most thankful for can be taken in an instant.
The text message said, hey Ma, it's your baby boy. I'm okay. love you. And then 2 hours later, my daughter gets the call and that my son's been in a car accident, and he was gone.
Maria Cruz Smythe's wounds are still raw after losing her son 4 months ago. He was only 28 years old.
They'd been drinking all night and partying. They were both over double the limit.
Her son was in the passenger seat when the car, going more than 100 miles per hour, crashed into a tree. This time of year, lots of people are driving from one place to another and drinking in between, making dangerous conditions on the roadways. We wanted to see if that was reflected in DUI arrests and crashes. What we found may surprise you. Last Thanksgiving, out of 11 collisions, only 1 involved a DUI, and there were 6 DUI arrests. Last Christmas, there weren't any crashes involving DUIs and 12 arrests, while New Year's weekend saw 1 crash with a DUI and 23 arrests. Officers and troopers say those numbers are comparable to any weekend, but they aren't accurate.
Police tell me the 2 to 4 hours it takes to process a DUI is time taken away from catching other drunk drivers. And with only a handful of officers, you can see how so many go unnoticed, just like the driver who killed Maria's son.
You say don't drink and drive, you know, but people just don't realize how fast it can change your whole entire life, because it's changed our entire life.
Excuse me, miss.